Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank Mayor DelVecchio. I was with him this morning with the Conference of Mayors, and I was telling one of the residents over here that once you get this job, you start to think differently during times like this. Last night, I drove home in the pouring rain, and all I could think about was all these different towns. And then last night, at least in Mendham, we had a huge thunder and lightning and rainstorm, and it woke me up. And you know, most of the time for people when that happens, they're thinking about their roof or their basement. Now I'm thinking about Lambertville, Pompton Plains, Pompton Lakes, Fairfield, Pequannock, Lincoln Park, Manville, all the places that I've been over the past week, and seeing how bad things were then, and then seeing all this water added to it now over the last couple of days. So I want to thank him for inviting me. And I'm here because I want to make it clear to the people of the state that I know we're far from over with this. I said that last week. And while it was very important for people to understand that this inland flooding, this river flooding that we're having, wasn't over even last week because of Irene, now you add in Tropical Storm Lee into this and the rain that we've had over the last couple of days, and it makes matters, obviously, much, much worse. When I get back to the State House this afternoon, I'll be signing a letter to President Obama asking him to include the incidents in Tropical Storm Lee along with the Irene disaster declaration, so that people who are harmed by this latest water can not have to go through a whole other process, but they can be folded into whatever may have happened to them during Irene, or if they weren't affected by Irene, they can be folded in to the whole Irene process that is now being set up. So I'll be signing that letter to make that request to the president when I get back. I want everybody to understand that this is serious, and we're in a state of emergency. The rock has raised its level. We are back, never really been out of the business of tending to this, but we're back at a much higher alert now. We see some real serious flooding problems here at the Delaware River, as you can see, both at Easton and here at Lambertville and Trenton. The Passaic River at both Pine Brook and Little Falls, the Pompton River at Pompton Plains, the Ramapo River at Pompton Lakes, and the Raritan River at both Manville and Bound Brook. We're concerned about flooding in all of those areas. New flooding on top of the flooding that we had from Hurricane Irene. Evacuations have already begun for portions of Hunterdon here and Warren counties. Earlier today, DCA Fire Safety helped to evacuate the island section of Trenton. They're providing logistical support with 2 of their fire safety division staffers coordinated through the local fire department. All evacuees have been transported to a local Trenton shelter. 228 people as of today were currently sheltered, 130 in Somerset being the highest, 74 still in Passaic. We're opening additional shelters in Passaic, Essex, Mercer, Sussex, and Warren counties in the event they're needed. And we've moved 160 cases of food to feed people at the shelters that will be impacted by the flooding. So we're once again mobilizing to make sure we can take care of people who need to be sheltered, who have been evacuated, and that we have the food and water there to take care of them while they're there. FEMA continues to be a resource in coordination with the state. Passaic, Bergen, and Somerset County local centers are already open. As of this morning, 22,000 people have already registered with FEMA. I really urge you all, 800-621-FEMA, 800-621-FEMA. We cannot begin to help you until you register. So please register. Over $11 million has already been approved to assist those in need based off those registrations. Informed by DOT that we're seeing road closures in Bergen, Hunterdon, Mercer, Monmouth, Morris, Sussex, and Warren counties. We're back up to, at least as of last count, 162 partial or complete road closures. People should drive with caution this afternoon in the rush hour. If you're listening to this on the radio or you get to see it on TV before you leave your place of business today, please expect there to be delays. Please expect there are going to be detours. And please drive carefully. Do not drive through water that you think is not too deep. It can often be a lot deeper than it appears to be. And also flash flooding has been happening across the state, and people can get carried away very quickly in that water. So I'm asking people to please be smart as you commute home today. Understand that there's some more rain coming, that we're not going to see the end of this until the end of the week, probably Saturday or Sunday, in terms of the cresting of the rivers. And so we have to be ready for, again, unfortunately, the long haul in all this. We're hopeful. National Weather Service has been off the last 2 days. Their predictions in terms of the amount of rain have been undershot at both days. We've exceeded the amount of rain they predicted. And so, we don't know what to expect. So we have to expect the worst and prepare for that. And unfortunately, the worst is happening in certain portions of the state. As you can see right behind me, the mayor said that this is about to rise probably another 2.5 feet before it's done. So we've got a lot of water, well over 20 inches of rain in the last 35 days in this area. That is a lot of water, and with no place to put it. And so that's what happens. And I want all the people here in Lambertville to know, and the other people in the state who are listening, we are still on the job. We are working and coordinating with local OEMs and county OEMs to make sure people are taken care of. The good news is the FEMA process is already in place, so people who have sustained damage and need help, register with FEMA, and we'll work out the particulars as we move along. But we're ready to work with you. But most importantly, we want to keep you safe. And so I'm especially concerned about rush hour, which is one of the reasons I came out here today. Mayor DelVecchio invited me to come, and I wanted to be here in Lambertville to meet some of the folks here and to let them know that the state is here to support them and to help them. But I also want to get the media to get out to folks this afternoon as they're leaving their jobs. It's going to be a difficult commute home today. Let's not make it a dangerous commute home. Take your time, follow the detours, don't drive through standing water. All the things that we were telling you about last week stand just as much today, if not more, because we have even more water now than we had before. So you see I have our team assembled behind me. I want to thank Assemblyman Peterson for being here. He has been a constant voice advocating for this area and this region, and his concern about the damages that were created by Hurricane Irene and now by Tropical Storm Lee and its aftermath. I appreciate him being here. Colonel Fuentes, General Reith, Commissioner Martin, Commissioner Simpson, Homeland Security Director McKenna, all here today. I appreciate it. And Luke Getting, my cabinet secretary, who is helping from the governor's office perspective to coordinate with FEMA on our response. So I thank all of them for being here. I thank the mayor for inviting me. Listen, the best I can say is hang in there. I mean, there's nothing else I can really say other than we're going to be here to help in every way we can, but it stinks, and there's nothing we can do about that. We're just going to have to ride it out and hope that the weather gets a little more favorable to us over the course of the next couple of days. If it does, we know what will happen. The water will drain back, and then it'll be time for us to work with FEMA and our local officials to have people recover and restore their homes and their lives. And the state will be there to coordinate with all of you to make that happen.